Hi everyone, I'm Bill Holkham and welcome to today's Misty Sunrise watercolor tutorial. This one is perfect for beginners, there's no sketching involved and I'll guide you through step by step throughout the whole process. So let's get started. And we've got clear water. This is nice and easy, no sketch, very quick to produce. We've got clear water, then our orange-red mixture part way up. Then at the very top, we've got the clear blue, and that can just marry in with the red color. Then at the very top, the darkest mixture. So all wet in wet, good exercise for wet in wet painting. And you can strengthen that up accordingly if necessary. So that's come together quite good. Mop up the edges to avoid creep back. And then we can dry off with the hairdryer and it's much lighter. Then I've got the number 12 brush there and we lay down some clear water, and you can then go to a smaller brush like a number 4, and then you can do the mountain shape in the far distance. This one will be fainter than the one we do next, which will be closer. And at the bottom there, you just gently marry that in with clear water so that it's quite misty at the bottom. And dry that off with a hairdryer. And once again, some clear water, do a mountain shape that you like to do. You can use your number 12 first of all with that clear water, then drop to your number 4 brush. And this next mixture is darker. You can add some Paynes Grey to it with your Winsor Blue. Because it's that much closer, it will be darker. And just shape up the tops and let the rest fuse into the clear water at the base. Then at the very bottom of the picture, we can work our way up and let that marry in to the misty area, but don't come up too far because we want to preserve that mist. You can strengthen it up as necessary by adding some Scarlet Lake or light red, whichever is good for you. And then dry off with a hairdryer. And that's most of the work done with those wet in wet washes. So we now resort to a very small brush, like a number 1 here. And you can do these trees in various ways. You can start with a trunk as a guide and then work your way down from the top to the base. Or if you feel confident enough, don't bother with doing a trunk as a guide. So what I'm trying to aim for here is variation in the tree. It's not all uniform. Some of the branches extend out further than others. Some are thicker, some are thinner, etc., etc. Various gaps in between. As this is out in the open, it's unkept, it's affected by weather, beaten by wind and rain and all sorts. So they're going to be misshapen here and there. And then we've got 3 on the other side. Balance things up. And I think it works better than 2 on one side, 2 on the other, or 3 on one side, 3 on the other. That's too uniform. So have it a little bit, if you like, asymmetrical, something like that. And then you can just finish those off in the same way. nice and varied, but really quite dark because of that mixture of Winsor Blue and Paynes Grey. Now, I am having to keep the paper in one place for the sake of getting a good video for you, but at home you could, of course, be twisting the paper around to make things a little bit easier for you when you paint these trees, etc. But of course, it would be important to keep it in one place when you're doing wet and wet washes so that the pigment slowly creeps down the paper. As always, the board is at an angle, sloping from the top to the bottom about 10-15 degrees, with a block of wood at the top. Taped down on all four sides since it's Archer's 140-pound rough paper. If it was the 300, we wouldn't need to tape it. So for the middle ground and foreground, we can use the scraping technique. You could use a larger brush, something like a 8 or a 12, whatever you have available. And with your dark mixture, Winsor Blue, Paynes Grey, a little bit of the red, Scarlet Lake, etc. You can then use that with not too much water so that you stand a better chance of achieving the scraping technique. Then you can have tissue to hand to take off any excess. And as you can see, I scrape along using the texture of the paper to my advantage. Your choice of size of brush, whether you use an 8, whether you use a 4, etc., etc. But have tissue to hand so that you can take off any excess either from the paper or from your brush. Because if you have too much water involved, then you won't get that scraping technique done. And here's a reveal. I think it's quite effective. A no sketch misty sunrise, perfect for beginners. Please have a go at this one, and I look forward to seeing you next time.